Welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. The preseason is winding down. The Premier League is only 8 days away, and I am absolutely stoked. If you are as excited as I am, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and get that little bell on. We are going to start with Chelsea. They have just played Dortmund to a 1-1 draw. What are you telling me about the game last night, guys?
A draw was not a fair result. It should have been 3-1 Chelsea.
Definitely came on strong in the end from what I saw.
Oh, we were strong throughout. I missed the first 20 minutes, but we were strong throughout. It was interesting. Early on, it didn't seem like we really were trying to possess that much. Later on in the game, we did. But Nkunku got injured on what would have probably been a penalty if it was a real live game. Jackson, the pitch was horrible. They said that Ed Sheeran had a concert there on Saturday, and the fans were on the field.
Was it Soldier Field, the Chicago Bears field?
Yeah, it looked horrible. It was blotchy. The ball was bouncing weird. It just was not a good test. I mean, it was a good test, but it was not a good pitch to really decipher much other than individual play, I felt. But one thing that I will say, Thiago Silva, whatever injury he had last year, it was a lot more serious than they let on, because he looks completely different now. He looks, I mean, he's breaking lines. His anticipation on plays, he's aware of what's going on. And there were times last year where it looked like he didn't know a clue of what was happening. And I think part of that was injury that he knew he couldn't get to it.
You think he's, I was going to say, do you think he's overcompensating or trying to make up for it with being in a different position?
No, I don't think so. I think it truly was injury. Like, there was just, he wasn't trying to break lines last year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like in the back of his head, so he's trying to do something different.
Yeah, that's possible.
To make up for the fact that, maybe he has to do something different, he feels,
That's very possible. We saw a double pivot with Connor Gallagher and Enzo, and it wasn't bad. I won't say it was great. It wasn't bad. Gallagher does have a place somewhere in this squad, I think, unless they just luck up and get two more midfielders, which I think it'll be one.
Connor's still going to stay. He'll still stay.
Yeah, I think so. If we got two, I think he would go, but I think we're only going to get one. And so I think he'll stay. It's obvious that our defense is totally different when you've got Chilwell. Well, offense and defense. It's totally different when you got Chilwell and James on the pitch, running down the flanks. Chilwell and Mudryk are really forming a good partnership. They kind of know where they're going. They're not overloading each other. So it looks good. If the one complaint I have from the game is Kepa still can't distribute at all.
That's why y'all are in for Sanchez, right? From Brighton.
We signed him today.
You went ahead and got him? Nice.
Yeah.
25, 30
minutes. I saw that y'all were interested. I didn't know you already done it. That's good. He's probably straight in if it were me.
Oh, yeah. I think he will be with the goalkeeper coach and whatnot. I mean, Pochettino's been rather...
Oh, I meant straight into the lineup versus Liverpool.
Yeah, Pochettino, when it came to Kepa, was a little laying it on thick, it felt like. We think he's wonderful and this, that, and the other. And it's like, you haven't said that about anybody else. And the guys that have been performing really, really well. But
numbers for numbers. I want you to think about this though, Patrick, when we're talking about Kepa. Numbers for numbers, he's only decimals off of what Courtois performed for us. And we don't hold any of these opinions.
In half the games,
Courtois.
though.
Yeah, but
And he had a better
that
defense.
matters when you're doing
Liability in
averages,
the air.
But Courtois had a better defense. Like Kepa gets a hard. Like I think Kepa stands on his head based on these mistakes.
But the game
that
is, you're right,
Cucurella
though. The
lets
game's
in
different, though. You have to be
Right.
able to shot stop and distribute.
He can't distribute at all. It's
there's
pretty much turnover if he isn't passing it to Silva or somebody right there near the box.
I think Kepa keeps this starting position all the way through this season.
Yeah, I don't.
I do.
I think he's too hesitant in the air. When the ball's in the air, he doesn't go confidently at it, which is a concern, especially with somewhat of the lack of height that Chelsea may be experiencing this year. We'll still see on that. You're going to need a keeper that's going to at least attack the ball in the air, and he's very hesitant. He's not so sure. So I don't know. That was my biggest concern was coming out of it was Kepa still can't distribute the ball, which is something that pretty much you ask every goalkeeper now to do. And if they can't, I mean, that was one reason why I said in the chat the other day, Slonina needs a loan because he can't distribute the ball. I mean, he'll stand on his head and make plays, and he was also hesitant on balls in the air as well. But he's also 19 years old. You give him a little bit of leeway, when it comes to that. But it was the first preseason that Chelsea went undefeated in since 2011.
Picked up a trophy for what it's worth.
Yeah, got silverware. It's better than what we had last year.
I mean, there was yes, I see your look, Lewis, but there's 6 other teams who can't say that they started. In the set, 5 other teams in that competition who would have rather started the season with a trophy, and I'm saying coming from having just won the Emirates Cup, the most prestigious trophy of all time, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But still, I mean, it's a definitely a way better start than last season.
We lost to Charlotte last preseason.
Yeah.
Come on,
signs are way better. So. Early days. What's the Pochettino verdict? I know it's super early, but are we feeling good? Confident?
I feel good about it. I mean, I've watched, except for a few minutes of games, I've pretty much watched every game this preseason, and there is organization. There's a
Confidence.
Confidence, that too. But also, you start to notice that certain players are actually wanting to play defense now that didn't. Now, Sterling, that's a whole other thing.
Not Sterling.
Not Sterling, even though he did have a nice tackle last night. And
he tried to hit the Tottenham fan in row C19 on that one.
He always hits the Tottenham fan on C19.
Chelsea's problem is if they can get rid of Cuckoo and Sterling, I would feel better about the future of the team because I think they're going to hold this team back. Hopefully, Cuckoo doesn't get a lot of play. I hope we don't sell Lewis Hall. Dude's got to stay.
You need Chile and James to be healthy
all season.
Yeah,
all season.
So what's the? I mean, that's a massive game to start the season. Home to Liverpool.
Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, and if y'all are going to improve, it's got to be at the Bridge this season. Like you gotta. That has to be a priority, like an expectation, like a priority, not a maybe we might. So this first game is like, because if y'all start out the season after a decent preseason and just get smashed, I mean that preseason is just out the window.
Yeah. I think that there will be gaps in Liverpool's defense that we'll be able to take advantage of and actually have scoring threats. We took advantage of them last year, couldn't score, save our lives.
It was 0-0, right?
Both of them. Yeah. No one in the Liverpool-Chelsea series has won in the last 6 matches except for via PKs in the FA and the League Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So something's got to give. I haven't really watched much of Liverpool. Of course, all the hype is that they're gonna, do the quad and all that fun stuff. So
yeah, I have heard a fair amount of hype on Liverpool this preseason.
Well, they got 18 forwards, so.
Well, they have scored 4, 4, 4, and 3 in.
We scored 13 goals and gave up 5 in this preseason tour.
Yeah. And speaking of Leicester, they beat Leicester 4-0. Yeah, Leicester's in trouble.
Yeah.
But I think Liverpool are definitely going to be way better than last season, as are Chelsea. But it's going to be real interesting, this game, I think.
Oh, yeah.
A very interesting game to see.
I think Chelsea makes at least one more purchase before that and tries to integrate them.
Before the game? It's Sunday. It's like a week from Sunday.
Yeah.
Mbappe.
I saw that.
1 year.
1
year.
Of course, Bowley wants him. Had it Bowley's way, y'all's front line would be Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, Ronaldo.
Bowley's got the money. I don't know why he wouldn't spend it. Clearly,
1 year of Mbappe. Shit. I mean, think about it. We talk about shirt sales and everything.
I'd take a year of Mbappe at Arsenal. Of course.
Shirt sales alone are going to help pay some of that.
Well, I do have a legitimate question about that, because one of my friends who's a Chelsea fan, I asked him about it, and he said, "Yeah, I'll take it." Now, Mbappe would cost 100 plus, easy, probably 150.
Sure.
Even this a year left, it's 150, and you're guaranteeing him that he's not coming back. So he's going to Real Madrid next year, and so then you would be accounting for his salary. And I mean,
be a loan though.
It's a loan though, so it's just a salary.
Yeah, there'd be no fee.
Yeah, there'd be no fee.
I thought they wanted to buy him.
No, the thing I said was a loan. It may
everything
be.
I've seen said loan.
I saw something that said buy, and that's where I just.
Yeah.
I mean, if
in that case, you're right. Yeah, it's definitely 150.
Yeah, exactly.
Easily. But even then, like, I just look at it respectfully. So he wants to win Champions League, and he would choose to go to a team without
not in it.
Champions League. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense.
At that point, he could have went to Saudi and made $1 billion.
It's the same PSG argument. He can't stay at PSG and win a Champions League. That's been proven. They had goats on goats on goats.
It's different, because there's a 0% chance at Chelsea, like 0, and there's at least 1, and so 1 is better than 0, and so because he could go to Saudi Arabia and make $1 billion.
What if Neymar has a crazy awesome season and they actually do something in the Champions League?
And you never know, because the Champions League, it's a quick tournament. They always make it out the group stage, so they'll make it from there. And then if you get the correct draw, you can be Inter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, PSG hasn't made it out of the 16 in the last 8 Champions Leagues, though.
Neither. Where's Inter been? When is the last time Inter was in the final? If we're just taking crapshoots, then that's what we're going with. But for Bowley, it's a win, and for Chelsea it's a win. But I'm trying to find where the player who clearly is showing he's not money motivated at all. He's gonna make his money,
right?
But if he really wanted to chase money, he would have been in Saudi Arabia. So
it's the prestige. Like, if he comes to Chelsea and doesn't win a Champions League, but wins a Premier League or wins cups here, puts us in top 4. Like, he'll have that on his resume, and to be able to say, I can do it in France, I can do it in England. He's going to get that much more money whenever he goes to Madrid.
But he was always going to get that money. He was never not going to get that money. I hear you as a Chelsea supporter. your argument is valid. As a neutral, because I don't care if Chelsea got Mbappe, I wouldn't care because I still have full faith in my team. So that doesn't matter.
We are one of the only teams to ever, other than what he's officially played for, to have Mbappe on the back of an actual jersey with a crest on it. Like he has history.
Whatever happened to him wanting to come to Arsenal?
I think that's.
No.
I mean, honestly, I don't even buy the rumors because it doesn't.
We're not gonna get him.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it really doesn't.
We're not gonna get him. Unless Boyle comes out $1 billion, gives him a contract, who stays for 5 years, we're not going to get him. We're not going to sign him for 1 and let him go. Boyle wants his all-star. We all know this. He's trying to Americanize, the sport in general. He wants all-stars on the roster because that's how they sell tickets. That's how they sell baseball games. That's how they sell basketball games.
Well,
he wants his LeBron. He wants his LeBron James at Chelsea.
Galacticos.
Say what?
That's what Real Madrid's done with the Galacticos.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, truthfully,
that squad didn't win though. So we all know it doesn't work.
Well, sometimes, but bringing it back to people who might actually score goals for Chelsea this season. Tell me about Nick Jackson. What do we think?
Impressive.
I'm a huge fan.
Does he start versus Liverpool?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So what would your lineup be for the Liverpool game?
Well, Nkunku's gone, so Mudryk gets to start. Jackson, Sterling.
Well, Nkunku's not truly gone unless I miss something.
He won't play in 2 weeks. They're evaluating his knee now. He's going to the doctors. Pochettino said he's going to take 2 weeks to evaluate.
Okay.
The last thing I read from Pochettino.
Yeah, all I had read from last night was that it was too early for them to determine, and that they would check him out once they got back to Cobham today.
Yeah, he said he's gonna spend downtime evaluating the injury to see how bad it is. I don't think he's gone for season. I think he'll, like Lewis was talking about at the beginning, probably a month, probably about 3-4 weeks, just to make sure he's healthy for the rest of the season. I don't think he'll be back at Liverpool. That's gonna be way too early for a knee. And if you waste Christopher Nkunku at the beginning of the season, making him play just like we did with Reece James, we learned that mistake last season. We brought James back way too early. We made him play, and then we lost him for 13 more games and lost every single one of them. Couldn't pick up points, couldn't fill the position. So hopefully, the coaching staff has a little bit of a fort. We have players on the bench. We have young guys wanting to prove themselves, and yes, he's a talent, but you're going to want him for the rest of the season, not the beginning,
Well, if that's the case...
Connor in the middle?
Yes, no. Connor will start in the middle with Enzo.
You don't think Chicken... Well, on the pivot.
Yeah.
I'm talking in the pivot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be Connor next to Enzo.
Put Chukwuemeka behind Jackson at that point
as a 10, right?
Yeah.
And we'll play it very similarly how we lined up against Dortmund, except for
have they figured out a defense?
And what we saw against Dortmund.
Yeah, it'll be
Chile, Silva, Cole, and James.
Cole, Cole
all day. Even though he missed an absolute.
He did miss it
in front of.
That's not what he's on the pitch for.
All you have to do is literally just bounce. It's basic physics, my guy. Just be a wall. Just let it bounce off of you into the goal. He Lukaku that goal.
I was gonna say that Lukaku legacy.
By the way, X, did you see that Lukaku has agreed to a 3-year deal with Juventus?
Juventus, yeah, because Inter shut the door on him because he started conversations with Juventus. Inter said, "Okay, guess what? Screw you. We're not gonna play this."
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, bye. You're gonna run around on me? Bye. And so Juve is.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That's the only place that's the last option for him, man. If we don't sell him to Juve, we're stuck with that bill for the whole season. He's going to be like Aubameyang. He's just going to sit there.
I think Lukaku should go to Spurs. They're made for each other.
You're going to need someone.
They're just made for each other. Yeah, they're going to need someone soon.
But to answer your question, I would go Jackson, Chukwuemeka, Mudryk. I want to say Madueke may get in. He should. But I feel like Sterling's going to play, and it's going to be so frustrating because he is the only player that looks like he doesn't know what he's doing when he's on the pitch.
Yeah, he's rode in, man. He's going to play.
It's about normal. Connor's kind of rode in as well, I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, Connor's the only one.
I don't think you put Santos against Liverpool.
Not against Liverpool.
Connor's the only one on the field at times that is still running. Like,
Yeah.
I don't skill wise, yeah, sure, not Connor all you want. That man runs for 90 minutes for the club every time he's on the pitch. So I have no choice. I have no choice but to love. Conor Gallagher saved a goal in the Dortmund game, tracked all the way back, came in, saved a goal. He breaks up play in the midfield. Yeah, it might not go where he wants to because his awful first touch, but he knows what to do, and he's in those passing lanes enough to be a nuisance. And it's kind of what we were missing a lot. Like ever since Conte went down, we've been missing that engine, someone to run a full 90 for us. And Enzo produces for 90 minutes, but he doesn't he's not an engine for 90. He makes his runs, he tracks back, he's kind of slower on the defensive side to even step in front. He gets bullied a little bit. Whereas Connor doesn't. Connor looks like he plays like he's not scared to be injured.
Connor looks like he would play rugby if he couldn't play soccer.
Yeah.
Right.
So Silva in the back line, even though he's
Silva,
So
yeah, most definitely.
Silva is because Fofana got ditched this season. Like it's so.
That could be rough.
It's
Luis
sad.
Diaz is healthy. Trouts, I mean, they're all healthy again.
Right.
So
so you'd go Colwell and Silva, and that's probably
it.
Probably your best bet right now until you get Badiashile back and get the
once we get Badiashile back,
get him integrated in the team as well. So or Disassi is what it is. Disassi.
Yeah. The Italian.
Right.
No,
18-year-old
French.
He's French?
He's French. Yeah, all we're buying are French and South American talents.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
Italian. Foley's in for the French, the South American League.
Hey,
if it works,
it may work. You never know. But I think that's your starting lineup. We won't go over scoring or anything like that right now. But I do think that
2-2.
I think we do score goals, and that itself is.
Well, we'll have the beginning of the predictions league next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but I do think I will say this: I think we make Caicedo happen in the end.
You really do?
I really do now.
Still got a month to do that.
I think we make Caicedo happen. I
what
think
about Tyler Adams? I saw some Tyler Adams ruin.
I don't think that happens. Yeah. I saw those rumors, but I think it's to show Brighton that, hey, we're serious about leaving the table if you want, but I think we make Caicedo happen. It just, we're getting close to that number with the latest bids. We hit 80 on this last bid. I think we got another bid that's supposed to go in tomorrow that's supposedly 90 and 10. 90 and then 10 in incentives.
Give them Lukaku, man. Just throw him on top of that.
Yeah, okay.
They don't want that.
Give Lukaku to anyone.
Any deal we're currently making comes with a free Romelu Lukaku.
You heard it here first. 100 million in Lukaku for Caicedo, and they're still gonna turn it down.
But I really do think, and you and I watched him in person, but I really do think for Enzo to be utilized at the level that Enzo needs to be utilized, you need a Caicedo next to him.
Yep. Well, there you go. All righty. But hey, man, smile. The preseason is drawing to a close. The preseason championship is on Sunday. Arsenal plays City. Shield. We are almost there. We're on the doorstep. The Premier League is beginning very, very soon. And if you're as excited as we are, go ahead and smash the likes, subscribe to the channel, and get that little bell on. We will be back real soon.